Hey! Let's try that again. Hey! I'm ChristopherJMUA and welcome back to my channel. Unless you've never been here, of course, then welcome. I'm so glad you stopped by. Today, we are reviewing the MakeupAMurder burner phone. And this palette is so ridiculous that I, in fact, love it. So if you'd like to kick things back a bit to the early 2000s, if you'd like to know more about this palette, see what it looks like, how it swatches, how it performs on the eyes, and what my initial first impressions are, then stay exactly where you are, keep doing exactly what you're doing, and keep on watching. Jumping right in, here's what the unit carton looks like that it comes in. On the front it has the picture of the MakeupAMurder burner phone and obviously says the same thing. Then if you flip it over, it's got all of the ingredients as well as a little tiny phone picture. And it shows their social media, that they're cruelty free, and has the logo at the bottom again. Then if we flip it over again, it's actually not a sleeve, it's a box for it. And I thought that was pretty interesting. I haven't seen a palette recently, at least, like that. It's not coming apart. Okay, here we go. And here we have the burner phone. It's so cute. Oh, I just love this. Okay, so there's the MakeupAMurder burner phone. It's got, aw, nobody's texted us. We have no text messages. And it has a little phone icon up there. So there's what the actual palette looks like. It obviously looks like a cell phone. I'm sorry, I'm recording you guys from here. Don't take it personally. Just my camera's facing that direction. Then it looks like we have 0 text messages, 1 phone call. We are connected to Bluetooth. We have 1 bar of Wi-Fi, and our battery's almost dead. So this is definitely a burner phone. Looks like the time is 10:18 p.m. I'm curious if that has any kind of specific meaning. I bet it does, knowing that brand. Then if we flip it over, it shows the MakeupAMurder burner phone, and it has pull to remove battery. This is just so cute. I love this so much. It's even got a little charge port over here, just like a real flip phone. And let's flip this flip phone and open it up and see what it looks like. Here we have the burner phone. Ooh, it is so bright and bold and springy. Wow, that is so pretty. And we have a touchpad with a heart in the middle of it. It's so adorable, guys. I'm dead. I'm dead. And the mirror is massive. This is the biggest screen I've seen on a flip phone in a long time. Okay, so that's the palette. I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in so that we can get started on swatches. The first shade is the shade IKR. NVM. HMU. LMK. THX. LMAO. WTF. ILY. OMG. FRFR. Oh wow. Oh my gosh. Oh. STFU. OMW. TBH, IDC, GTG, and TTYL. And there we have every single shade from the MakeupAMurder Burner Phone eyeshadow palette. As always, I will insert photos of the swatches, one with flash here, and one without flash here. And here we have a video close-up of every single swatch. Wow. Those swatches were so fun. This palette is so colorful, but it's also got a few neutrals, so you can make a neutral look. I didn't think to tell you too, but on the side of the box for the palette, it says there's 16 shades, 4 shimmers, 12 mattes, and neutral pastels. And this palette was $39, which I really don't think is bad because, I mean, look at this. Look at this palette. Boop, 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 boop. You know, it's perfect. For them to think of everything, like the idea of having all acronyms as the shade names, just like a phone would be with the letters. Plus the button controls, little screw holes, the surveillance camera in use is what it says. Plus to have a charge port on the back, that's just insane to me. It's perfection. It means that time was taken. And the mirror is going to be literally perfect for travel because this is the perfect size for a full face. I can see my full face and perfectly my full face. The mirror placement is, I don't really know, like I guess you just lean it up against something because it doesn't have enough pressure to hold itself up. So I don't really know how you would get it to kind of stand there by itself unless you of course did lean it up against something. That's not a big deal though. I mean, I do have arms. They are capable of moving things, but not everybody does, you know? That's okay though, because I can always use my playlist mirror instead. So starting out, I did go ahead and prime my eyes with my P. Louise base in the shade Rumor 02. Now let's figure out what kind of eyeshadow look I'm gonna go in with, because right now I have no clue. I literally do have all of the options though. Oh, it flips all the way around. Yay, that is so perfect. So I don't have to hold it open the whole time. It's like a crazer. I'm done. Okay, I'm so done. Now that I have green everywhere, I'd like to add a little bit of blue. So I'm going to use the Morphe M562 little teeny tiny detail blender brush, and I'm going to go into the shade OMW. And this shade is going to be used as my inner corner crease color. Not quite highlight, but inner corner crease color. I'm just going to start packing it on and building it up, see if I can get it bright. And this one's got a little bit more kick up in the pan, but still really not a lot at all. Oh wow, that's a really pretty color. And I'm also going to go ahead and pull this shade all the way up and around and blend out the green into the brow bone with the blue. That's making a beautiful blend. It's literally seamless between the blue and the green. And because it's such a soft formula, the way that it blends into other shades is just a perfect buildable type of blend. You know, you can start to blend it out and get that base blend going, and then just build up more pigment and just keep adding and blending and adding and blending. It's just really controllable. It's not getting too pigmented too quickly, and that's kind of nice. I would love to try one of their more neutral palettes sometime because I bet that formula would be really beautiful as well. With the inner corner now blue, I'd like to deepen things up a little bit, so I'm going to go in with the Dalton Transition Transformer, and I'm going to go into the shade OMG. Now this shade has a little bit more kickback in the pan, but it has a lot more pickup on the brush, which is awesome because that means it should build up pretty quick, but I'm also sort of scared of it, so I'm going to tap off some of the excess just in case it's really, really dark and overbearing. I'm just going to start applying it and blending it into the crease in the outer area. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. Oh, and it mixes with that green perfectly. It looks like a forest. And with this shade, I'm going to make sure that I blow it out a little bit higher than what my actual crease is, so that it still shows up whenever I have my forehead relaxed and I'm just looking forward, since I've got those hooded lids. So just make sure I carry it up to about right here, and then work on getting a really soft, subtle blend. And with this shade, I'm not carrying it all the way to the inner corner because I'm going to use another shade still. So I'm trying to keep this just with the green. And now, using the Morphe E18 detail crease brush, I think I'm going to go into the shade STFU. Sing till Felipe undulates. And with STFU, that is going to go right here in the inner corner crease, but only in the deepest part. I'm going to use it to pretty much deepen the crease up, but only in this side, and then I'm going to blend it into OMG. Now it's time to grow a spine, light up the room, and shimmer and shine. So let's go in with a metallic shade. I'm going to use the Morphe X Jeffree Star JS11 flat brush, and I'm going to go to the shade Furfur. F-R-F-R, furrow. It's so funny to read it though, because it says Furfur. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh my gosh. Now with this shade, I'm going to try to keep it more on the outside of the lid because I am still going to go in with one more shade after this. For me, this is the perfect mix of blue and green. It's just a gorgeous teal. It's that perfect mid-tone. I love this shade. I'm going to add a little more to this though. I'm going to go in with this Morphe other flat brush. It's just a little more dense, and I'm going to go into the shade WTF. And this shade is going to be inner corner of the lid all the way. And I'm just going to pat this in to FRFR. Just kind of blend it as I go backwards. That's so cool. I love how it's like flipped in reverse from the crease. It's cool. It's like I put that thing down, flip it, and reverse it. And now for the very last shimmer on the lid. This part's not really necessary. It's just, for me personally, I like to make my crease color connect to my lid just so it's a little bit more seamless of a transition. And the shade TTYL looks like it's going to be perfect to do that with. So I'm going to take this Lunar Beauty LBE 7 brush. It's really small. I think it's more like a brow bone highlight brush. And put it right just along this outer edge, just to deepen up the outer portion of the lid. So this way, I can immediately go in with the same doll tin brush that I used earlier in the shade OMG. Take OMG and re-emphasize my crease to make sure that I cover up any shimmer that went too high. And then pull that down onto the lid as well, just to help accent that shimmer shade. And to sort of tone the purple out of it a little bit, because I didn't realize it was so purple. But it is very purple. But still super pretty. And next, I'm going to actually need a brow bone highlight. So I'm going to use the Morphe Madison Beer other brush that looks almost exactly like the Lunar Beauty brush that I just used. Oh my gosh, it is almost exactly like it. The one I'm about to go in with is just a little tiny bit smaller though. And I'm going to go into the shade LMAO. And this one is going to be all brow bone. Wow, that's like a fluorescent yellow. Jeez. Yeah, that is really bright. Talk about pigment. Well, the yellow's punchy. That is super cute. Boom. Mic drop. Because the brow bone highlight is done. I don't know why I would drop a mic because of that, but it's done. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to my face makeup so I can get all of that done. Then come back and we can do the lower lash line and finish off the look. So I'm going to go ahead and go off camera and I will see you guys in just a second. Face makeup is now done. And let's go in and finish off the lower lash line. I'm going to take the Morphe X Jeffree Star JS13 brush and now I'm going to go into the shade NVM. It's a pretty coral too, or it appears to be so on the brush. Oh yeah, even on the eye, it's a pretty coral. Who's that pretty girl in that mirror there? Wow. That shade is poppin'. That is really bright. I like that. Well, now I'm going to use the Morphe M514, very pointy, detailed blender brush. And I'm going to go into the shade GTG. And I'm just gonna smoke out NVM with GTG. Maybe. That's such a weird lower lash line for a green look, but it's a fun little pop of color, you know, something different. That is so interesting. It's really pretty. It's very different. I do kind of feel like maybe I need to pull the green a little bit around into it. So I'm actually gonna take the tiniest bit of STFU on the pointed blender brush that I used earlier and just tie that outer corner right in here up into the crease. Maybe take it about halfway, maybe the outer third, yeah. Okay, yeah, that works. Now I have just kind of more of a subtle blend between the coral and the blue-green. That was the last shade for the lower lash line. Now I need to add an inner corner highlight. So I'm gonna use the Morphe M321 inner corner highlight brush is what we're gonna call it. And I'm gonna go into the shade TBH. And she's gonna go right here. Oh, that's so cute. That's perfect. It's not like crazy and way too overzealous. It's just a nice pop of white. I don't really want to build it up any more than that. It's honestly really gorgeous. Let me add one more dot, maybe? Yeah, just one more. Ta-da! The look is now complete. I need to throw in an eyeliner in the waterline, and I need to get my Lancome Idole mascara on my lower lashes as well. And once I do that, I will be right back to give you guys my final thoughts on the MakeupAMurder burner phone. See you guys in just a second. Here we have the finished look, and I am so ecstatic for this look. Really, I'm so ecstatic for this palette because this that I created here is one of very, very many different varieties of color stories that I can create looks with. And that's exciting to me. Plus it's a very matte heavy palette, so I can choose to make a bunch of different kinds of bases or like crease color stories to work off of. And then I can either go with a matte lid or the shimmer lid like I did today. Either way, I thought it was fun to do a little green color story with a pop of what was pink but now is corally pink on the lower lash line. I thought it'd be cute. But either way, this palette was super fun to work with. It was a great color story for sure, but also a really great formula. Now, I will say, personally, it's not my favorite formula. It's not the most punchy kind of formula. However, that's not to say it's not pigmented. It's very pigmented. It just takes a little more building to get to the point of pigment versus some shadows that I use that are just throw it on and it builds up instantly. Now, I would say that if you're a beginner or you just want to be a little more careful with your application and build up slowly, then this formula is definitely for you because you can see I still have the colors that are in the palette, so it matches the actual shades that show in the pan. It just took more than just one application or two applications. In fact, with the green, I built it up a few times during the application. Luckily though, it did stick at the end and it stayed there at the end, so it gives me the confidence that I know the color story is going to be strong enough to really deal with any look I throw at it. And that's all I really need from a palette. So to answer the question, would I recommend the MakeupAMurder Burner Phone Eyeshadow Palette? Most definitely. Not only is this design so perfect, and they spent so much time and creative energy on making this something that was special, and that's so cool to me. I just love that. Now on the MakeupAMurder website, this is currently sold out, but I will still link it down below, so if you do want to pick it up, you can. It's not affiliated or anything. They don't even know that I got the palette. I don't even think they know who I am, but I will leave it down there just for the convenience of you guys, so that if you want to check it out, you can. I really do hope you enjoyed this video though. If you did, it would mean the world to me as well if you would give me a thumbs up and just let me know that you liked my video. It just gives me the positive affirmation that you enjoy my content. So I appreciate it in advance if you do. If not, that's fine too, I guess, if you want to be mean. Or whatever. Also, if you like this look and you want to see more looks like them, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok. My username is the same for everything. It's just ChristopherJMUA. And if you gain nothing out of this video, If you gain nothing out of any of my videos, please at least gain this, and that is to always remember and to never forget that you are absolutely beautiful. And I love you guys. Bye!